All right, so I'm gonna try this technique. I've not tried this before, so I figured let's get it on film and see how much I mess it up. I am gonna try Chippy Paint on my backer that I made in a previous video, and I will share the link below, so if you wanna get the file, you can. And it's a Vaseline Chippy Paint technique. I'm using Bear paint called Red My Mind, and I'm using regular Vaseline. So we're gonna put Vaseline on this guy, then we're gonna paint over it, and then we're gonna scrape the paint up and see what happens. Okay, so let's go ahead and try it. So let's grab some Vaseline, and we are just going to, I am gonna go over the whole thing because I want the whole thing to kind of be weathered. I want the whole thing to have a real aged look. And I'm using red, which I think will look cool with this file. Let's see how much I have on there. I have quite a bit on there. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply the red paint, I think. Maybe I'll follow kind of like my diagonals, see what happens. Make sure I've got it really good on the edges. All right. Now, let's use the paint. Read my mind. Whew, that's pretty. And I'm going to apply it with one of my sponge brushes, just lightly. Trying not to, I don't know if it matters, like I don't want to take up my Vaseline that I already put down. So we'll see what happens here. This could be an absolute failure. But you never know until you try something, right? You gotta try things to know if things work. And so that's what we're doing. We are trying things to see how they work. And I want to do this on a bigger piece, and so I figure it would be good for me to practice this on a smaller piece first, make sure that it actually is working. Okay, I think I'm gonna let this dry because I do like, well, I might add a little more right here. I like how it looks overall. And like I didn't want it completely coated. I just want it to look really aged and old. So let's leave this and then come back to it once it's dry. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I went ahead and just grabbed a hairdryer and dried it because I'm not patient. It looks like I have some spots that are still a little wet, but we're gonna try this anyways. I'm gonna use a baby wipe, and I am going to just wipe across and see what happens. I think some people have used sandpaper to remove the paint. Some people have used just like a dry cloth. I can rub harder in some spots. I might actually sand it, but this is kind of cool. And I think if you're going for like an Americana type feel for your decor, this is kind of pretty. All right, let's go ahead and sand it a little bit, see what happens. Again, we're just playing around. Why not? So, taking just a light sand to it. You can see the red is actually just lifting off of where I've spray painted, which is kind of cool. See how that's like just coming up and off? Now if we take this again, we can use this to kind of go over it. This is really neat. All right. And if you see how my red's kind of traveled a little bit there. This is cool, guys. Okay, let's get a clean part of our baby wipe. Kind of rub off a little bit. And then let's give it one more coat of this walnut gel stain that I had. We used this earlier in my other video. So I want to just kind of bring out that wood underneath. And if you watched the other video already, I'll be curious to know which way you guys like better. Do you like the rustic chippy paint look, where it looks like it's been aged? Or do you guys like the really clean look? Let me know. I think this is really cool. So to finish it off, we have this really cool reindeer put on the top. Look how pretty that is. I love it. Okay, so guys, don't laugh at me, but after I got that done and I looked at it with the deer on there, I was like, ooh, it looks like he's like bloody and gross. So I did a second one using red for the stars, and then, can you guys see that okay? Red for the stars, and then like this metallic green. And then I added just a little bit of like light green and white. I think it looks so cool. Like, I'm obsessed with this now. So I'm gonna have to try this on other things. I hope you liked the video and I hope it was helpful, and hope to see you guys back here soon. Thanks.